What is up, my people? The Black Lightning community. This is my Black Lightning Season 4, Episode 7 Painkiller review. Just off, this was not a regular episode of Black Lightning, it was a special episode. It was the Painkiller pilot. I really hope, based off this show gets greenlit out of the All-American spinoff and the Nancy Drew spinoff. I don't watch those shows, so I haven't seen their pilots, or if they've come out yet. Maybe when they come out, I'll watch them especially, just to see which is best. But, just based off what they set up here, I want the Painkiller, show to go. I love all the characters, and the ending got me super interested. But anyway, let's roll that intro. We start off here in what I wrote in my notes as Ash Valley, which is what they said, and, sorry, that's my notebook. Grace and Nissa are going there for their honeymoon. Just let me say, the CGI for this episode was amazing. It's way better than what you get in The Flash or Black Lightning. I guess since this was a pilot, they got their pilot money or something like that. But, this episode was just super impressive. But Grace and Anissa walk in to where they're staying at like a penthouse, but since it's like super futuristic, they have an AI like helping them, which was kind of weird, but it's welcomed. But then they go to a club where this awesome guitarist was playing. Man, this song was dope. But later we find out the guitarist was just a hologram and they're just playing songs. But yeah, that song was dope. But this dude takes a picture of Grace and Nissa, which I didn't think was that weird, because wouldn't you want to get yourself honeymooned right after you got, oh, jeez. Wouldn't you want to get yourself pictured after you got married? But no, they didn't. But, so, Grace leaves, and, she gets kidnapped wherever she's trying to go, and, luckily for them, Khalil is watching the cameras. I just want to say, this looks super cool. It's not just me, right? This reminds me of, like, Batman. Some Painkiller is super dope in this episode. But anyway, Grace tries to fight it, but, Anissa goes to the bar, and she's talking to the bartender. I didn't get his name, but he's a crucial character, and he probably will be a main character in the Painkiller series. But, yeah, Anissa's getting kidnapped, and not Anissa, Grace, and Anissa sees that Grace is getting kidnapped, so she tries to fight her way through, and she ultimately does, because it's just like two guys, man. She's Thunder or Lightning, whoever you like more. But, then Painkiller is there. Painkiller somehow got activated, and he takes care of this dude, but then, because it's Painkiller, and he has to eliminate all Pierces, he almost kills Anissa, which then we get the classic Painkiller, which, these are the best scenes of Painkiller, with him and Khalil fighting. And we got a classic him and Khalil fight scene where, they both were arguing in the beginning, and it's interesting to see where they have gotten there. Painkiller says that, it brings him pain that the Pierces are not dead. So because that's what he was built to do, but Khalil is peaceful, and he doesn't want to kill, really. He just wants to take down and get the mission done. And Khalil and Painkiller's just egging Khalil on until they're gonna fight. And Jordan Calloway in this episode was really good. His performance with the dual identities were really good, man. I enjoyed it a lot. But yes, they ultimately end up fighting, which probably embarrassed Painkiller because Khalil won. But Khalil takes control and he saves Anissa, and then Anissa wakes up in Khalil's base, and there's this doctor dude taking care of him. In my notes, I call him Nurse Man, because I don't know his name either. I could check IMDb. I don't know. But, I really like this dude, the Nurse Man. He's pretty dope. I want to see more of him in the show, too. But then, Anissa and Khalil fight, and not like fight, but like verbally fight, like blah 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 and stuff like that. But Anissa just doesn't really like Painkiller or Khalil. She's like, after all my family did for you, after all the time we saved you, but and stuff. But then after this, we Khalil talks and Jen gets passed out again, and Khalil tells Nurse Man, that's what I'm gonna call him, to tell Anissa that he has gone after Grace. So then we see Painkiller. I'm just gonna call him Painkiller when he's in the suit. We see, no, I won't. Khalil's driving this dope car, and then we cut, and this dude's all bloody and bruised, and he's like, you ran me over, and Khalil's like, no, if I ran you over, you'd be splat dead. But anyway, Khalil gets the information he needs and puts a tracker on that dude's car, and that was a really cool scene, man. Khalil is really, he's bussin' this episode, man. He's bussin'. But Anissa wakes up and she talks to the nurse dude, and the nurse dude and her have a really good conversation about how the nurse dude had ADHD, and Khalil saved him sometime in his life, so that was how he's with him. But then we cut to this lady, who we later find out her name is Maya, and she has the Grace and the other people that the dude who took the picture were taken. So she's looking through them, nothing special, until she sees that she has a meta in Grace, who has her cheetah form has started. Now, after season 4 ends, I am gonna watch all of Black Lightning, because other than season 4 and 3, I do not have a good idea. I don't know why Grace looks like this or anything. I've watched the seasons, but they're just very forgettable. So I'm sorry about that. But Khalil, he's talking to that dude, and they have to go somewhere. So no, he's not. But he breaks into this place, and it has a bunch of people, and their minds are being sucked dry. And when they were showing the yellow energy, I thought, wait, are they gonna reveal one as like lightning? But then I remembered, no, it's JJ now. But the brain scans, bartender man says that they are the same as Khalil's brain. So I don't know if the ASA is involved in this, like they made another painkiller or anything. But that is a very interesting thought to think about. That maybe these are just more people like Painkiller, and like Khalil, who have stuff in their minds. But I don't know, I just think that's really creative, and it sets up a really good plot for later in the episode. I'm really intrigued by this specifically, and I want to see this series picked up, man. I really do. But anyway, they go to get weapons from this hippie, and somehow Khalil's rich. I don't remember that happening, but he gets his weapons. And Grace wakes up and gets herself free, and there's this mini fight. Somehow when she gets up, I think it's like the shape-shifting stuff or whatever. Yeah, Grace, this is shapeshifter. That's how she's a tiger, no, a cheetah. But Grace, with her shape-shifting stuff, shapeshifts into a costume and stuff. But then Khalil comes to save Grace, and he puts down his katana or sword as a sign of peace or something. But then they don't want peace. So the guards all surround, and I just want to say, for this fight scene, in like the final, at the end of this fight scene, they had to break some COVID like protocol or something. Man, there's a bunch of people in here, but it was worth it. This fight scene is awesome. Just keep looking at the images. It looks great. If you've watched the episode, it's really good. If you want to watch the full scene, I'll link the scene that I got these images from down below. And just, I love how Khalil takes care of every one of these. The one critique about this fight scene I had was that when Khalil switched to Painkiller, because there were too many of them, the fight scene seemed to drop a frame. And it was in the video. I didn't know if it was just my TV or something, but no, it was in the video. It was intentional, and it kind of like hurt, man. I seen it like drop a frame. Yeah, you could. It wasn't as smooth. It's like when I screenshot it and you see the arms going through the air and stuff. But anyway, the scene was cool of how the dude got his throat like in the knife and stuff. But then anyway, Maya was watching the whole time. The whole time Maya was watching. Painkiller's coming closer to Maya. So, and Maya has the information about the new painkillers, I think, or the people who are like Khalil. So she orders the building to self-destruct, and after she gets out, and Grace is finding her way through the building, and this was cool. This hallway with the mirror, it's super cool, man. I love this hallway with the mirror. I don't know, but, great. Anissa wakes up, and Anissa wants to go find Grace, go save Grace, and Nurse Dude is like, okay, I get you what you think, and I'll come with you. I'll drive you there. And I liked how there was no like, no, you're not doing that. It was just like, sure, yeah. But then Grace and Khalil run into each other, and not Khalil, Painkiller, and they run into each other, and Grace is like, okay, you're cool. You're not Khalil, but you're not gonna hurt me right now. You're on a different mission. And then Grace runs outside and she gets reunited with Anissa, and that was a nice scene. But the building has 5 minutes until it's gonna explode, and these two, Grace tells them that the building has 5 minutes until it's gonna explode. So the bartender dude and the nurse dude are gonna go in, and they are this I want to see them kick some butt, man. They have to show up somewhere. If this series is not going to greenlight, I'm going to riot. But anyway, there's this really emotional scene with Painkiller and how he's like trying to get out. I'm sorry, I don't have any photos for that, but he's trying to get out, and it's really great. And Painkiller and Khalil finally get each other, kind of, and Painkiller gets out, and that's all. I'm sorry. Now the photo is sinking, and Khalil and Anissa are talking at the bar, and now they kind of like each other, and Anissa kind of, she doesn't tell Khalil everything about New Jen and how she doesn't look like China Ann McCain anymore. It's JJ now, and she just says Jen has changed a lot. But this was a nice scene to end it on, and I think Painkiller's in more episodes. I'm gonna write if he's not though. No, I'm not. But then presumably Grace and this have gone back to their penthouse or something, or they've left. I don't know. But the main three who I think this would be like the Cisco, the Caitlyn, and the Painkiller, and the Flash of Painkiller's group. But they're looking at the scans from the brains, and yes, it's just like Khalil's, and they're kind of mad that the building got destroyed because they didn't get the information, which I bet there's a second copy of it somewhere. But we end on an ending which sets up more, just like a pilot should. This just felt like a really good episode, man. But then we end with Maya, and she's looking out the window, and she's gonna call somebody, and this scene blew my mind. I thought he was dead, but then I rewatched at the end of season 3, and he said they were going to a hospital, but she says, "Hi, Dad, how are you?" And her dad answers and says, "Good, how are you?" And Maya is Maya Odell. Percy Odell. It's Odell's daughter. That's going to be the main filler of Painkiller. So Maya shows Odell that Painkiller is in Ash Valley, and oh my god, I did not expect that, man. That's the ending you want to pilot. It's the same as Captain Luthor at the end of Superman Lois. It's the same as Eobard Thawne at the end of The Flash. It's exactly what you want as a pilot in a pilot. This episode was so good. It set up so much. I'm definitely gonna watch the show if it gets greenlit. I I'm gonna be angry if it does not get greenlit, man. This episode was so good. If they just make it like 13 to 16 episodes long, give it the same treatment as Legends of Tomorrow or Black Lightning, I think they're gonna succeed. I'm gonna rewatch Black Lightning once I get done with Supernatural, but or when Black Lightning season 4 comes on Netflix, or when it finishes. But anyway, I am rambling, and stay safe, and goodbye. And Painkiller was awesome.